Hi everyone, this is just a short, quick update. I just wanted to go live because I didn't have time to record a video and upload it and put a front to it, but yesterday I ended up having to take my husband into the ER again around 6 p.m. and by midnight they admitted him, and that's where he's at right now. I was at the hospital till about 3 o'clock in the morning and came home to let the dog out and try to get a couple hours of sleep, only to find out through a text message that I needed to get back to the hospital because my husband needed a blood transfusion. If you want to know the whole story, there's a couple videos back on that are really short, maybe 3 to 10 minutes, on updates as to my husband's autoimmune situation. So I just needed to come on and ask for thoughts and prayers and support. We do not have family in the area, and although they are super supportive by phone and if need be would drop everything and come here, we just kind of feel a little bit alone. And I have an 11-year-old too. She's over at a friend's house right now because they had the day off of school. So she stayed with a neighbor, and then her best friend's dad picked her up and they had a slumber party and they're having Nerf wars and making pancakes and all that. But she's really scared for her dad. I'll admit I'm scared too, but I have to be strong. People might wonder, well, what are you doing home? Well, I'm home because I needed to let the dog out. She stays in the kennel. She's a boxer mixed with Great Dane, and she's 2 years old, and if she's in the house, she will find something to play with, whether it's appropriate or not, even though she has literally 25 toys, because boxers get bored very easily. But I just needed a quick minute. She's walking around the house, kind of getting some energy out, because we keep her in the kennel when we're not home. It's not fair to her. She's been in the kennel since 6 this morning. So I came home. I also we're a little strapped for cash right now, especially with the medical bills from his last stay in November. And so I came home to get a quick bite to eat. I had made some soup yesterday right before I left. So I thought, hey, while the dog's running around the house and my soup's warming up, and I'm waiting to hear back from my brother-in-law on arrangements for tonight. My brother-in-law is in the area, so he and his family have helped immensely with caring for our daughter. But I just feel like last time it was 9 days, and I just feel like he has 3 kids, he and his wife, and I don't want to overstay my welcome with them. I know they have a lot on their plate, with 2 out of the 3 being in school, and he works full-time, and just a bunch of stuff. So I thought I would hop on. I would give you an update. I do want to thank Wendy with Gone Off My Meds. She's been a great support today. I chit-chatted with her for a minute or two. Sorry, I'm not looking at the phone. I don't know if you guys have said anything. Forgive me. So thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. This little light of mine is what I'm working on, and that just holds true right now. So basically the diagnosis so far is he has an autoimmune disease, and they said his immune system had tanked so much that the next 12 months were vital that he do everything in his power not to get sick. as his body was rebounding. And then they also said that as his body's rebounding, that we might have these weird flare-ups because his body's learning how to fight infection again. And I guess the medication they had him on, he developed an allergy to. And so from head to toe, he broke out in a rash / hives and started running 103 fever for a week. We couldn't keep it down because as soon as the medication wore off, it would go back up. And it finally got to the point where he couldn't even walk across the room. And I said, okay, I'm taking you in. Well, I called his specialist and she said, take him in, because I needed her support or he would have, sorry, I'm not looking at the picture. You guys are like, what is she doing? Yeah, I can't even find my tripod. My brain is just not awake, so I'm holding my phone. So, yeah, right now, they're trying to figure things out. They think it's just, they said best case scenario, this is a reaction to the drug. And then they had a couple other things they said, but due to confidentiality, I don't want him to think I'm putting his business live everywhere. They had a couple other things that could be happening, which, I mean, they don't feel good, but it's not like life or death. And then she's like, I'm not going to tell you what's in the back of my head, because if the blood work comes back and you're okay, I don't want you to worry for nothing. However, some of the things she was telling us lined up with something my dad has. And I can read between the lines. And I was putting 2 and 2 together. And that's scary for me, what she was thinking of. And but she was trying very hard not to say anything. So I'm just hoping that we get through this. He hasn't had a fever since this morning. They said if he doesn't have a fever for 24 hours and the blood work comes back negative for some of the things she's looking into, then we can go home tomorrow. If the blood work comes back positive, then she will talk to us about where to go from here. Or if the fever comes back, he will need to still stay there. They said also another thing is he could have a bacteria in his blood stream, I guess. If you eat something with bacteria and it goes through your digestive system and then is absorbed into your bloodstream, that can stay in your bloodstream, where normally everybody, you know, the normal person fights that off no problem, but he can't. And so if there's even an inkling of bacteria in his food, you know, like the lettuce that was going around or something, we might get a tummy ache. It could kill him. So they're checking for bacteria in his blood as well, which could be why his body is having the fever, because he's trying to fight that off. So that is it. I just wanted to give you an update. I'm not going to stay on too long, but I knew that I wasn't going to get videos out the next couple days. I'm also working 50 hours a week at work. Today we had off because of the holiday. I already called in for tomorrow. He is currently getting paid for short-term disability. He's supposed to go back to work February 3rd. This is harder than it looks to keep it in focus. This is why I use a tripod. So sorry, guys. You're just like looking at a random spot. At least you can see if the symbols are clear or not, right? So I'll be the only therapist in this area that does what I do. And I'm already behind from the February hospital stay when I took off 9 days of work. and I just am trying to balance that stress. I'm trying to balance the stress of being strong for my daughter, but yet allowing her to feel like she can cry too. So yeah, I just thought I'd check in while the dog's running around, and then I'm gonna gobble down some soup, make sure she's gone to the bathroom outside, not in the house like she tried this morning, because it's negative 20 degrees, wind chill, and she does not like the cold. And so I guess she peed outside, but she didn't want to poop, and so I found her trying to poop in the house. And if she wasn't already pooping, I probably would have scared the crap out of her. But so I better go check and make sure she's not pooping in the house and that she feels a little bit loved before I have to head back out. So, all right, gang, thank you for listening. Sorry it wasn't as fun as the other lives, but if you want some interesting stories, check out my first live ever. It's in 2 parts, and there's some tell-all fun stories in there, and some slap happiness if you feel like drilling and laughing. Go check it out. Until next time, love you guys all. Take care. Bye.